Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're diving straight into some Invincible chaos because I'm talking about characters who could actually throw hands with Viltrumites in this show. I'm only talking about current versions of the characters, so no comic versions, and major spoiler warnings for comic and show. If you haven't read or watched them, I advise you to do so. I'm only talking about non-Viltrumite characters. So somebody like Oliver, who's half Viltrumite, he doesn't count in terms of this video because he is a Viltrumite. Anyway, before we get into who can actually fold a Viltrumite in a fight, let's shoot for a like goal of 30 likes. Hopefully we can hit that. Okay, let's get straight into it. Before we get into the characters that actually have evidence of beating Viltrumites in a fight, I'm going to talk about the honorable mentions. And our first honorable mention is Robot. He doesn't have the tech yet to beat even a low level Viltrumite, but in the future he will have the tech to be on par with a high level Viltrumite. But since I'm only talking about current versions of the show, he's only in the honorable mentions. My second honorable mention is the GOAT Rexplode. Technically he could beat a Viltrumite, but only if he kills himself, like we saw in the Invincible War. But he has to die to beat a Viltrumite, that's why he's only in the honorable mentions. Third and final honorable mention is Angstrom Levy. Now, he was able to send all the surviving Invincibles from the Invincible War into another dimension, and he can technically just send a low level Viltrumite into another dimension and make them starve. But I don't really think this is outright beating the character, more like a little cop-out from Angstrom Levy, and that's why he's only in the honorable mentions. Okay, let's get into the characters that can actually beat a Viltrumite. I'm gonna go from least likely to most likely. The first character that can beat a Viltrumite in a fight is Immortal. Yeah, he might be a bit of a joke, but he did manage to beat a variant of Mark that just got his powers, and technically that variant of Mark is still a Viltrumite. Still, that variant of Mark wasn't even that strong. He was probably less than an even low level Viltrumite. So realistically, Immortal probably won't be able to beat any actual Viltrumite unless they're seriously holding back or they just got their powers. Next up we have Powerplex.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
Powerplex's abilities are very weird. His energy absorption abilities, if you know about the abilities like Adam Eve, he's easily stoppable. But he was able to kill a variant of Invincible, which means he's technically on the same level as a very low level Viltrumite. Up next we have Mr. Lu. It really depends where his body is on the battlefield, but in his dragon form he was beating an off-god Mark, so at least he beats a low level Viltrumite. Up next we have Omnipotus. The entire Guardians of the Globe struggled to take him down, so he's definitely strong enough to beat at least a low level Viltrumite, possibly even a mid tier one. However, later on in the comics, he gets one-shotted by a guy who's around a mid-tier Viltrumite level, so it likely he falls short of beating a mid-tier Viltrumite. Next up we have Tech Jacket, and in a one-on-one fight he was able to beat a variant Mark with relative ease. And in the comics he has other crazy feats, so I think he could take down at least a mid-tier Viltrumite. Next up we have Adam Eve. While she's pretty easily beaten up by a variant of Mark, her showing against Conquest afterwards puts her at least at a mid-tier Viltrumite. If she has no mental blocks, she could be even higher. The laser she gave Conquest could easily beat a mid-tier Viltrumite. Conquest is a high-tier Viltrumite, and he was almost dead after that laser. Next up we have Hail Mary. When she was juiced up with drugs, she was beating a weakened Omni-Man and a Season 1 Mark at the same time. She is definitely a mid-tier Viltrumite level. Space Racer. He has a gun that can one-shot any Viltrumite, so he has the potential to beat even the strongest Viltrumites. But he doesn't have much feats in the show. The only feat you can really give him is that he gave Omni-Man some trouble. But with that gun, he has the potential to beat even high tier Viltrumites. Ragnar are a really powerful alien race. One of them was enough to even beat a low level Viltrumite and toss Omni-Man away. So one of them is probably able to beat at least a mid-tier Viltrumite. Alan the alien currently is on the same level as a high-tier Viltrumite. He was clearly stronger than a very skilled Viltrumite like Anissa, and he's at least Omni-Man's equal, who is a high-tier Viltrumite. And finally, the character that's most likely to beat a Viltrumite in a fight is Battle Beast. He already beat a mid-tier Viltrumite in a fight, and in the comics, I don't want to spoil a lot, but he was on the same level as the most powerful Viltrumite seen until Mark grows up. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and comment down below who your favorite character is in Invincible.